Hello, my name is Beck and welcome to a reading vlog. I have a bunch of stuff left over from my previous vlog, so if you haven't seen that I will link it in the cards down below, the standard. So I have books left over because I didn't read as much as I thought I would, but that's okay, it's a busy time of year. So I'm still reading Starsight by Brandon Sanderson. It is over there and it's just out of reach, but I'm like 200 pages in and it's 450 pages long, so I'm hoping to finish that. And then I also have these books and I've got a few more, so I've got a Silent Voice manga to read as well, and then I've also got Crownbreaker by Sebastian de Castell to read as well. So we'll see if I can get through all of these. I want to prioritize Crownbreaker and then Supernova in this stack. If I don't get to the others, it's okay. And then I've also got some audiobooks to listen to as well. So I've got A Subtle Knife. I'll put the picture on the screen so you know anyway, but I've got that, which is the second in his Dark Materials, to listen to. And I've also got the third, which is an Amber Spyglass, to listen to as well. So I will listen to those while I am scanning at my temp job. But I've also got a ton of awesome BookTube to catch up on. So I don't know if I'll finish A Subtle Knife today or not, because this morning I've got an appointment and then I'm going to work, and then after work I'm going to see a friend, and then tomorrow I'm going to obviously go to work again, but after work I have a yoga class, so I'm pretty packed to the rafters at the moment. But audiobooks are a godsend, they're a lifesaver, and I've pretty much been relying on those to get through my entire TBR this year. I'm hoping I don't have any more DNFs because I had 2 in my last vlog and I don't want that to be the standard going through my vlogs. I'd like to finish books rather than get rid of them and DNF them. So we'll see how I go. I'm anticipating Crownbreaker will be 5 stars, and I'm anticipating Supernova will be at least a 4, if not a 4.5, because the first book Renegades was 4 and then Arch Enemies was like a 3.5, so I'm hoping the ending picks up. So yes, so that's it for now and I'll see you later. Hello, it's still Monday and it's about 6 o'clock. I've just got home from work, but I got a huge package. Scholastic have spoiled me, and I requested the book on the top, but I also, hang on, let me put that down, it's heavy. I requested a book on the top of the box and I've already opened it because I didn't want to struggle on camera, but the rest of the books in there are for one of my friend's daughters, so before I send them off to her for a little Christmas present, I thought I'd show you guys on camera so that I actually get to kind of unbox this package, because I haven't done an unboxing in a little while. So firstly I'm just going to pull the book out that I can see on the very top. I'm very excited about this. It's Call Down the Hawk by Maggie Stiefvater, and this is a continuation of her Raven Cycle books. So this is a continuation of her Raven Cycle books. I have read the quartet and I really enjoyed them. I loved the first 2 books more than the second 2. So when this was coming out I got pretty excited because it follows one of the characters that is basically the focus of book 2, The Dream Thieves. So I'm looking forward to reading this. I already anticipated that Scholastic were going to send it to me, so thank you Scholastic, and I have downloaded the audiobook on my Audible, so it's ready to go because I wanted to film a video about this. Wasn't sure about filming a vlog or not because I know Books and Lala did one and it was great, and I don't really want to post content that's similar to hers when hers is so good. So what I can tell you is that this follows Ronan, who is the dreamer, and he's in book 2 mainly of the Raven Boys. Obviously he's one of the characters in the group, but book 2 focuses on him. But if you haven't read the Raven Cycle like quartet and you pick up Call Down the Hawk first, you probably can't read the Raven Cycle quartet without knowing the ending. So it will spoil you. So just bear that in mind before you actually start Call Down the Hawk. But yeah, I'm pretty chuffed about this. I'm quite excited to start it, and I have a bunch of stuff on my end of year TBR, as you guys know, and I keep not starting it, so hopefully I can get to this one. Given that I've got it as an audiobook, I think that's already a good sign. Okay, so I've got some kids books in here and oh, they look so cute. Okay, I've got this colouring book. This is adorable. And it makes me want to draw. There's a cute book for Inside Out. This will be perfect for you if you do bullet journaling, but I don't do bullet journaling and this is for a little kid, so I need to put my childish self aside because there are some Disney princess stickers and these look absolutely beautiful. Apparently there are 4 Disney activity books in here for each princess, and that just sounds really cute. Even though this next one is for kids, I definitely identify with it, and it is a perfectly imperfect guide to life. Look at how cute this is. Oh, Frozen 2. I love this film, and I've had Into the Unknown on repeat when I drive in my car instead of listening to audiobooks while I drive, so that's where all my audiobook time goes, when I'm not listening to them at work. Oh, we have a cool Aladdin. Can you see that? Yeah. There's a bit of glare on it. That's awesome. It's based on the new Aladdin movie. Nice. And then we've got 5 Ultimate Disney Christmas Stories, which is really cool. I'm digging this blue, it's very pretty. Ow, my organs. Ugh. We've got a colouring book as well. And then we have, the dog started barking because my family are arriving home. But really quickly, we have these cool activity pads, and they're probably for drawing or doodling or something. This is an awesome package. Thank you so much, Scholastic. I can't wait. This is gonna be an amazing present for a 5-year-old, and Astrid, you're gonna love these books. So yeah, that was my unboxing. As for a reading update, I got 30% into The Subtle Knife by Philip Pullman, so I'm really enjoying that so far. I can't really talk about it too much without spoiling the ending of the first book, but I'll try. So we follow a character that's in a separate location to Lyra. So Lyra does appear in the narrative at a certain point, but when we started the book I was a little bit confused because we left off with Lyra and then we didn't start with her in the second book, but I'm up to speed now. It's fine. I'm a third of the way through. I'm really enjoying it. I've got like 6 hours left, so 3 hours for me. So I'm hoping I can finish it during work tomorrow. I have been just binge watching a bunch of BookTube videos because so many people are like posting a ton for Vlogmas and posting just a ton of videos in general before the year ends, so I'm really enjoying that. But I will get on to reading the rest of A Subtle Knife, or The Subtle Knife rather, and I've also read about 20 more pages of Starsight. I'm on page 190 now, so making progress. I'm pretty happy. Hi! Well done. Good. Go. Hello! Hello, it's Tuesday evening, it's almost 7 o'clock, and I have another reading update, and I'm also coming to you from an angle that I haven't really featured very much. This is the bookshelf that faces my little walkway in my room, so it's hard to sit on and it's hard to figure out a tripod situation. There's like 12 books that the camera is stacked on, but we're just gonna roll with it. So, the reading update I have for you is I started Call Down the Hawk, which I hauled yesterday, and I'm 11% into this. But this book follows Ronan Lynch and his brothers, and I don't want to say too much more than that in this vlog, but I will be planning on filming a review for this. I'm trying to take notes as I listen to the audiobook. So I managed to start this one, which I'm happy with. I'm also sorry if you can hear the aircon because it's really hot this week. But I also finished The Subtle Knife by Philip Pullman, and I'm trying to figure out my rating for this because it was a little bit strange. No, it wasn't strange, it was just different from the first book, and I really liked the formula of the first book, but the formula of the second book was very different. Or not very different, it was just a bit of a, how can I put it? The formula of the second book was just a little bit different, and I think that's why I didn't vibe with it as much as the first one. So I did talk about it briefly before, and it does follow a different character, but it follows Lyra as well, interacting with this character, and it also introduces another kind of concept to this fantasy world, or urban fantasy world, and I don't want to go into what that is because it spoils the last chapter of the first book. But I don't really care about the witches in this book, and I don't really care about the villain because he's not really fully fleshed out. He's kind of a bad guy to be a bad guy, and he's just going against the religion of this world. No, he wants to free everyone from this religion that's happening. So I can kind of see his motives, but this book series so far kind of lacks deep characterization for me, and I guess that's because it's a middle grade book. It's very plot focused, it's very character dialogue focused, and I really like that about it. At the same time, it has a few downsides in the sense that I'm used to reading adult fantasy, I guess, so there's a lot more space there to delve really, really deep into the psyche of a character, and I'm just not getting that. But the characters in this book are also very young, so that's just a note that I wanted to mention. But after I am finished Call Down the Hawk, I'm not sure what audiobook I'm going to start next. I don't know if I'll have time during the week to start another one, because Call Down the Hawk is 13 hours long, and so I can get through that in double the time because I listen at double speed. So I'm hoping to have it finished during the next couple of days, and if I finish this one, then I've got An Amber Spyglass, which is the third book in the Here's Dark Materials, I think it's a trilogy, so it's the third book, and that's about 14 hours long as well. So I don't know if I have enough time for this and for the last Philip Pullman book.
because work breaks on Friday. So I stop this job on Friday. I have a little bit of a break over Christmas and New Year, and then I go back on, I think it's the 6th of January. So I think that's all I had to update. I am about to go off to yoga class because my BoxFit bootcamp course is finished now and I still want to exercise. So I'm going to my normal yoga class, and after that I'm going to be very tired. So I might squeeze in a little bit of reading on Starsight because I got to about 204 or 202 pages. I read some of it in my car this morning before work started. I really want to get far into that book. I really want to finish it.
I don't have too much to say. I just wanted to do an update in my Cannibal Gingerbread shirt. I am still reading Call Down the Hawk. I'm a third into it, and it's really hard to describe what it's actually about. I find trying to describe Maggie Stiefvater's plots like trying to grab smoke. They're very whimsical, and the writing style you really have to pay attention to, and it's very character focused as well, even though there is a thread of plot connecting stuff. I think it's all going to come to a head at the end because the characters seem to be doing their own thing at the moment. One of the character perspectives have kind of combined a little bit with another one, but they've all kind of got a vested interest in dreaming. And I haven't really described what this book is about really, and I didn't really want to spoil the Raven Boys. So if you don't want to listen to a little bit of what Ronan is all about, just skip. I'll probably put a timestamp in if I remember. But Ronan is the Grey Warren. He can pull things out of dreams. And in the Raven cycle, we believe he's the only one who has this ability, but apparently there are more of them. And what goes with that is that there are hunters of these people. So these hunters call the Dream Thieves the Zeds, and they are obviously hunting them down to stop them from pulling crap out of dreams. And then we've also got Ronan, who is trying to figure out where he stands with his relationship and also in his life and reconcile all of this pressure that dreaming has on him. If he doesn't pull something out of a dream, he gets the night wash, and the night wash it's like black blood that comes out of his eyes and his nose and his mouth, and that forces him to dream. It puts him to sleep. So he's trying to navigate that, and at the same time his brothers are trying to live their lives, and his brother Matthew doesn't actually know that he was pulled from a dream. Matthew is technically not a real born person, but he's a real manifested person with an entire personality and that kind of thing. And then Declan was really involved with Ronan's father, and Ronan's father was also a dream thief. So you're kind of seeing the relationship between them emerge, and Declan, who was really frustrating to read from in the previous quartet, you find out he's got a lot more nuance and a lot more secrets in this, and I'm liking seeing things emerge like that. I'm also interested in the other characters that have been introduced, and usually when there's a continuation of a series and other characters get introduced, I don't really care because they haven't had the 4-book build-up that Ronan has. But in this case, I'm liking how Maggie Stiefvater's doing it. She puts enough mystery and enough intrigue in to make you interested in what might be going on. And she also doesn't really tell you much of what the plot means. You kind of have to piece things together as you go. And again, it's very up in the air and whimsical, so if you don't like that writing style, you'll probably not like Call Down the Hawk. But I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm aiming to give it like a 4 stars. Hopefully it doesn't drop down below a 4. And also I think somebody was mowing their lawn for the entire time that I was talking, so if you can hear that in the background, I'm sorry. But it's about 8 o'clock now, so I need to head off to work for the day, and I will hopefully get close to or maybe even finish Call Down the Hawk. It is Saturday at 11 o'clock, and as you saw yesterday, I had my Friendmas dinner. So my friends and I do Christmas every year before Christmas Day, and we got some lovely presents, and there's one thing in particular that I want to show you because oh my god, it's absolutely incredible. So my amazing best friend Em has crafted this for me, and it's taken her a while, and I can understand why, because This looks just insanely beautiful. You probably can't really tell what it is from the actual video that I'm filming right now, but I will put it on and I'll wear it so that you can see what it looks like on, because this is the jacket for Hal from the movie Howl's Moving Castle, and I've wanted to do this cosplay for so long, and the jacket is the thing that's been holding me back, and she made me one. If you don't know, I'm a huge Studio Ghibli nerd, and this has just been a long time coming, so I wanted to point that out in a video because I'm so happy and I'm so amazed by her talent. She's incredible. She does have an illustration Instagram, so I'll link it if you want to go and check out her drawings, but this was just a gift and I'm so over the moon about it. I also got some wonderful things from my other friends as well, and one of them in particular is an amazing book, and I will show you later in the year in a book haul, because I want to wait until after Christmas Day to do a book haul, because I got some things today as well, and I anticipate I'll get a few things for Christmas and maybe with my Christmas money as well. So I'm just kind of holding that off until later in the year. But as for my reading, so I need to update my reading. I have finished Call Down the Hawk. Do I have it on me? I finished it and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I liked the ending more than I liked the build up to the ending. So I think this is going to go to very interesting places compared to what the Raven Cycle did. The Raven Cycle focused more on the friendships of the characters and their kind of low-key quest to find a dead king, resurrect him, and get a wish. It focused more on the friendships to get to that end goal, whereas this one, because it's just following Ronan and he has some sort of magic linked to dreams, hence the title of the second book in the Raven Cycle series, The Dream Thieves. There's more magic in this one than there was in the previous series, at least more explicit magic. If you like hard magic systems, like Brandon Sanderson describes hard magic systems as having a distinct set of rules that characters understand, that's not what this book is at all. It's a very soft magic system, it's kind of in the background. There are kind of rules to it, but they're not really hard and fast rules that everyone needs to stick to. They're just kind of there as a rough guideline, really. And I really like that we're exploring more of that magic in here, and I liked Ronan's character. He didn't really grow in this book because we've kind of grown with him over the Raven Cycle series, but he did kind of get a little bit involved with a few characters in this book, and from other characters' perspective you get to see more about how his personality has changed from the initial quartet. So that I did like, and I did like Declan in here. I didn't think I'd like him after reading about him in the Raven Cycle series, so that is a feat that Maggie Stiebart has managed to do, get me to like Declan. And I do need to film a review for this book, so I want to do that today, or I at least want to write a script for it today. So I'm going to talk about now what I'm going to do for the rest of the day, because it has already been full on. It's only 11 o'clock in the morning, but I've already done so much. I went to yoga this morning, I went to the shops after, I did some Christmas shopping, I went to the post office, and now I'm here. So I'm gonna shower and then I'm gonna wrap up some Christmas presents that I bought, and then after that I'm probably going to edit a video. I want to edit a video, but that's not my priority, so it'll kind of just tack on to the end of my to-do list. And then I also want to script a couple of videos, so the Call Down the Hawk video, like I said. And then after that, I think there's one more, but I'll have to check my notes. I think I'm doing okay with content for the end of the year because I filmed like 4 videos last weekend, so I'm fairly set for the moment. So if I don't film this weekend, it's not going to be a big drama. And now I've finished up work until the 6th of January, so I have a little bit more time to actually sit down and film. So shower, Christmas wrapping, scripting videos, maybe filming, and then also reading Starsight, because Dave at the moment is out and he'll be back tonight, and when he gets back we want to watch The Witcher because that came out yesterday and I'm so excited to watch it, so we will watch The Witcher tonight. So I have the rest of the day as kind of a window to get all my to-do list done, and then after that hopefully I'll get some reading done and then we'll watch The Witcher. I should have had Call Down the Hawk up there the whole time, but regret. Hello, it is Sunday at 10:30 in the morning and I just finished Starsight by Brandon Sanderson. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars, so I liked Skyward a lot better than I liked this one. I want to say it suffered from second book syndrome in that it seemed kind of like a bridge to bigger, more actiony things that might come in book 3, but it was also a very necessary book for building up the world and building up the alien races that Detritus has very much been isolated from. So it was really interesting to see all of that explored and that developed, and the relationships that Spencer built from those other characters and the understanding that she had to stretch in order to encompass different alien races. So I found that really interesting, and the politics was very much investigated as well. So we find out that not all of the alien races want the humans to basically be destroyed. So yeah, it was interesting to see more of the world building, more of the aliens, and more of Spencer interacting with all of these things. I'm sad that it didn't really explore the characters on Detritus, but we'd also seen that all through Skyward. So I understand why that decision was made, not to stick on Detritus with the crew that we already knew. That said, I did miss them though. So because I loved the first book so much, this didn't quite meet my expectations or my enjoyment level of the first book. So that's why I'm giving it a 4 out of 5 stars instead of a full 5 out of 5, because I started it thinking it was a 5 out of 5, but it wasn't, unfortunately. The beginning kind of felt 5 out of 5. The ending, because of all of the character build up and interaction, felt like a 5 out of 5, but I didn't have the same emotional responses that I did to these characters than I did to the characters that we built up in Skyward. So again, 4 out of 5 stars. I did really like it. Obviously I'm going to continue because it's Brandon Sanderson. And then I also started reading A Silent Voice, so I'm like, it doesn't have page numbers, which is really frustrating, but I'm using a hair tie as a bookmark. I'm this far through it, I guess. I've read this much and I plan on finishing that today as well. I was right, I think I've seen the film adaptation of this. It is about a boy on the front. He is going through school, he's pretty chaotic, and it turns out he's kind of a bully, and then this girl, Shoto, starts in his class, and she is, it doesn't say she's deaf, it just says that she can't hear, so she might be deaf or hearing impaired, I'm not sure, but it follows, I think, their relationship and the fact that he bullies her, and then what happens after they meet up again after high school, I think. Don't quote me on that because I only know the movie and I don't know what depth the manga goes into it, but I'm liking it so far and I'm looking forward to delving more into this series because I know that there's more than one volume of manga. I think there's like 6 or 7 maybe. And yeah, it's just nice to be reading manga again because I haven't read much of it this year because I thought I would read a lot more. So I'm liking this one. It's probably going to be a 4 out of 5 stars as well. Hello, it is the same spot, but it is now 11 o'clock and I finished A Silent Voice, and like I said, I gave it 4 stars. It does follow these two characters when they go to, I think it's middle school, and now at the end they're seniors in high school. So it shows how one started bullying the other, and then the classmates kind of took that a little bit too far and turned it back on him, so both of them got bullied. She ended up moving schools, and now they might have just met each other as almost adults, or senior high schoolers effectively. So it sets up this premise of their past, and now we get to follow them with how they've developed since then, and that obviously is going to take place in the new volumes. So I'm looking forward to getting into this story. It is probably going to be dark and hard-hitting because it was pretty nasty with the bullying, but it's a pretty necessary and interesting story. So again, looking forward to continuing this series. So that concludes the end of the vlog, I think. So that means I finished a manga, A Silent Voice, and I also finished Starsight as well, which I'm happy with because this was supposed to be finished in my last vlog, but we got there in the end. And then as well as these two, I finished The Subtle Knife by Philip Pullman, and I also finished To Be Taught If Fortunate by Becky Chambers. Books that weren't really on the list of books that I held up at the beginning of this vlog, so they're over there on the shelf. So I've got Crownbreaker, Scorched Dragon, Supernova, and Highway Bodies. So I don't know if I'm going to necessarily vlog for the end of the year because it's just going to be a little bit much with Christmas, but that is what I want to tackle. I'm probably going to start Supernova next, so I didn't technically start it in this vlog either, but I'm going to start it maybe today because it's only 11 o'clock. So I do have a little bit of time to start reading. I'm going to finish editing this vlog and finish editing my Starsight vlog as well. And that's it, I think. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have stuff on your end of your TBR and you haven't started it yet, please let me know in the comments to make me feel a little bit better about the books that I keep avoiding by accident. But thank you again so much for watching, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye.